Hi everyone, this is Lori from the Crafting Auntie coming back to you with another project. I have been wanting to do another lap book, and I was inspired by Junk Journal Addict. She has made a amazing, very vintage lap book, and I've made a few of them, which I've done a flip through of one of them for sure. But I have been wanting to do steampunk, and I happened to find this digital kit from Fabi Art Studio, I believe is what it's called. And me and Trains, I was immediately intrigued. So I want to use some of the pages that would normally go into a journal as covering some of this lap book. So let me just show you these. Aren't they gorgeous? They're just absolutely beautiful. Now I have printed them on, this is parchment paper that I got from Amazon. I've used it before on some of the other projects I've done. So I just want to use some of these, another style of train, as covering the lap book. Now the lap book, I used 2 file folders, and I'll just give you some measurements. So if you see right here, this is like the side where the tab is on the file folder. And I just folded it over and gave it a 1/2 inch spine. So this here, down in this area, is 1 3/8, and this is 1 6/8. And then I have a 1/2 inch spine right here. And then from here to here, I guess I've kind of covered over some of my measurements that I put on here. Let me just remeasure this. It is 8 inches tall. And then from here is 7 inches. And then this is 3/4. It should be 3/4 of an inch. So this is just using 2 of the fold lines in these file folders. So then I've just folded this back to make a flap. Then the second file folder, I just cut as a square piece. So again, it's 8 inches. I have glued the piece on. It's 7 inches. And then this one is 6 5/8. And here is another 1/2 inch spine. And then of course, this is the inside of the 3/4 inch. So that's what I'm using for this particular one. I'm not going to make it very difficult. I'm going to be adding some flaps in there and different things like that, but I thought today I would just come out and let's do some covering. So of course I want, I want this to be my front. So what I'm going to do, it's actually almost the right height, so that's pretty good. So let's just open this up. I want to get as much of the train on here as I can. So let me just figure out where I want this. And I've already grunged up all the edges, inside and out. I did that off camera, so I didn't waste any time on that. So let me grab my pencil. Not sure. My pencil has disappeared. I'll just grab a pen. Okay, so I think I'm going to go right here. And then right here. So just make sure I have enough. So let's do that first. And I'm just going to tear these. This is a Tim Holtz ruler that is amazing for tearing. So let's see. Let's do this one first. And I like this because I can line it up. So we're just going to line it up straight. Tear that. And then I'll turn it around and line it up straight again. Right on my mark, and tear that. Okay, so let's see how we look. So that is perfect with just a little bit of a border, and I'm okay with that. So let's bring it down a little bit to give it a little border there. Oh, here's my pencil. Hello, I found you. And we'll tear this down. Grab the wrong ruler. I have too many rulers out here, I think. Just line this up. Okay. So that is going to go right here. So I'm going to just ink it up and we're going to stick it down. Not going to overthink this. I just kind of have an idea in my mind. I want to make some things also that will go in this, but I thought, well, today we'll just start with the covering some of the pages. I probably won't get them all done, but we'll have some of them done. So I want to do that. So let's glue that down, and then I want to do something else on here as well. So let's see. My art glitter glue out. I'm going to glue this down. I have been wanting to do something steampunk for a while, but I was just looking for the right digital kit. It's been a while since I've done it, and I just love all the colors and the grunge that's on this one. I will make sure I link it below for you. So let's line this baby up. Get it straight, at least as straight as we can. Sometimes the file folders are not perfect. These come from Dollar Tree, so, you know, they're not always perfect. And then I want to take some scraps of paper, and I just want to tear some and add some on to this. So I'm just going to, in some areas, not a lot of the areas. I just want to tear it like this, and tear it down this way. Take some pieces of this and put it around. Nothing huge. I just want to add some interest. Get this little ink. Again, I am using ground espresso. I have been using that a lot lately. I enjoy that. So I'm just going to glue on some pieces just to give it some character. A little bit different texture, even though it's the same paper, it just looks different. So that, let's see, I'm going to do something right here. Let's do that. Turn my phone off so we don't have the dinging going on. I'm in a ladies' Bible study group with my church, and whenever there's prayer requests coming out, it goes ding quite often. So just look at them when I'm done. Okay, so let's add this piece here. Okay. And then I'm thinking just something here, we're probably not going to see much of it, but I just want something. Something like that. And I'm not sure, but I might stamp on these later. We'll see. For right now, I just want to do some of the covering and get a feel for how this is going to look. I think I'll just grunge these up just a little bit more, tie them in. Looks like we got add a little glue here. Make sure those ends are down good. That's why I do like using art glitter glue, because I don't have to worry about it working, and I don't have to worry about it coming up, because once it's stuck, it is stuck. Okay, let's see. I think I kind of want this to go like that. And we'll just give that a little bit more grunge. All right, so that will be like that. And so let's move on to this page. I kind of think I want this little guy. Actually, no, I think I want her. Okay, can I change my mind one more time? This is going to be the back. So let's do the other train instead. Okay, yeah, I think that will be good. And then we'll use the others on the inside. So I want to make sure where my, get my right fold. Okay, so right here. All right, so let's go ahead. Oh, I filled my art glitter glue, so it's kind of bubbling. Let me put the pins back into it so we don't have it dry out. All right, so I want to tear right about here, so let me line that up. And then we're going to tear over here. So line that up. And then let's take a little bit, I think we'll take it off the top this time. Right about there. All right, so this will go here on the back. Excellent. All right. Give it some distressing. And I'm not sure I want to do the same pieces like I did here. I wanted the front to look like that. So I'm just going to cover this for now, and then we'll see what happens as time goes on. If you've never made a lap book, I actually really got hooked on them. I've made, oh gosh, I think 3. This would probably make 4. And I have done the flip throughs on, I think all of them. I'm not sure. But they are a lot of fun to make. They can be challenging to figure out initially. But once you get it figured out, then they go pretty smoothly. I think another one that does them is Bohemian Crafting. She has quite a few videos out there that she has made several. Hers are very, very detailed and intricate. And so is Mariah's on Junk Journal Addict. So there's lots of inspiration out there to give you ideas on how you would do yours if you decide to do one. Let's see, let me line this up. Make sure I got it straight, because it's not. And unfold this so I can see what I'm doing. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so this will be the back. All right. So what I want to do also, and I think I'll go ahead and do that now, is I want to use a frame. So I've got this frame. I'm not sure how I want to put it on yet. Whether it's, I don't really want to put it over the train. I kind of think I want it out of here, but I'm not sure yet. And I have this photo that I want to use in it. So I want to do something along these lines. I'm not going to add any acetate, but I want this to kind of flip out, which means I need to cover this as well. So let's see, what pieces do we have here that we can use? We can actually use this. So let's go ahead and flip this over. And let's just mark this. I'll give it some trimming. Right about there, and I need it on this end because this is the part where it's longer. So we'll take it to right about there. And then we'll just have to cut it and adjust it from then on. Okay, so let's see. Now I can find my marks again. Okay, here we go. Here's one. So line that up. And then can't figure out where I put my other mark. Guess I better do it again. Yay! Probably was on the part I just tore off, more than likely. Okay, so here we go. All right. And so what we'll have to do, I'm going to use a corner punch on this corner. So let's do that. So that way that will go right there. And then we need to do a little bit of trimming. This really isn't lined up right. I don't think I cut this great. Let me grab a different piece. Let's try a different one and see if we can't get it better. Actually, this one works pretty good. So let me just cut this corner now. Sorry about that. But, you know, a little bit of perfection that's in me. I just kind of need to have it look a certain way. All right, so I think I'm going to glue part of this down. First, let's ink it. And then I will trace and trim. We'll see how that works. Sometimes my ideas aren't the best ideas, but yeah, you just got to try them and see what happens. So, get this side. Okay. So I think, let me see if I can just clip this and then turn it over, and let's trace. Trace around this, and then I can just cut inside the line. So let me just make sure I got this kind of lined up right. I'll trace it. And here. Then I will cut inside the line. Find where my scissors went. So I'm just going to cut just a little bit inside. Hopefully that will give me the border that I'm looking for. Hopefully. So got that, and then, whoops, and then here. So let me do it this way so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. All right. So let's give this a try. Yeah, that's perfect. Huh, great. Okay. Re-ink this now. I should have waited to ink till I was done cutting. Now we can glue this down, and then we can figure out how we're going to put that frame on. I think I have an idea, but I'm not really sure. glue this guy on here. Line it up best we can. Okay. Perfect. I actually like that better than using that piece with the train. Okay, so now we've got this frame. So I'm thinking what I want to do is back it, back to back, so that when it flips over, you see something else. And I have some of these that I've cut out. So we've got these gentlemen that could be on the back side. Ooh, or this. That's kind of cool. Or we have the bird, which is also very cool. Let's see, if this were here, what would we see? Okay, so we would have to sandwich these, I think, together here. That way we can see the bird. I think we're getting it figured out. And then we put the frame on over him. All right, let's ink this. Trying to work through this in my brain. I do want to see the bird. Actually, some of this is going to get cut off, so maybe we should do that first. So let's center him about like that. I'm going to glue the frame on and then cut around it. That seems to work always better for me. Okay, so let's try to capture as much as I can of him and get it straight. Okay. All right, so let's trim this down. Like so. Perfect. So then he will go on like this, and now we need to do the bird. So I just want to trace around this because I want to glue the bird on so that we can still see the whole thing. And we should with the way the frame is going to be. Oh, I didn't get a line across there. I must have hit something else rather than the paper. There we go. So let me just trim that. Okay, and let's ink it. Now, let's try to get this figured out. So we've got our guy and we've got our bird. And I want to put the bird under here. So let's, which means I need to cover this as well. What do we have? Not big enough. We tried with this one. I think actually this one would work now. Let me just clip that again and let's trace around it. All these little details. You think you're ready to go and you're, oh yeah, I need to cover this part. It's like, yeah, you need to cover that part. Okay, so that's okay. We're getting there. We are getting there. So we'll trace around this. This one's actually pretty good in size, so it should work good, even though the one side has a it's been rounded. I think we can still make it work, because I have no idea what else I will be adding on to this to decorate. See, that works. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and punch, circle punch this side rather than worry about this side, because we're going to probably end up decorating anyhow, so it'll probably get covered up. Okay. All right, let's glue this down, and then we should be able to put our guy and our bird on. Okay. That lined up. All right. Okay, now let's see. Let's see where I want my guy to be. Looks like he should be the little engineer for this train. So I think about there. Okay, so let's fold this back over and glue down the bird. So we're going to add glue here. How far down do we go? About to there. Okay. Here. All right, so let's line him up. About there. I like it. Now we can add this guy. First, let's ink this up. Give it a little bit of grunge so we don't see any of that white, just in case they don't exactly match up. So we'll just grunge it up. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and do the back of this as well, so that you don't see any of the white. It's always something I end up missing. And so I'm going to make sure I do that. Okay. You know, I'm going to add some more here too. Just catching anything that might peek through. I think my sponge needs to be replaced. Okay. Are we about right? All right, let's go for it. Okay, let's press that down good. All right, so here's the start to our lap book. Now I want to put things underneath here, which I'm not sure yet what that's going to be. Some of them I've done. I've added some little things to the inside here that will flip out. I really don't know what I'm doing on this one yet. I just wanted to get a start on it and figure out some pieces to go on here. So the other thing that I want to do for it is create a folio. So let me just show you. So far, here's what we got. We've got this, and we've got the back. And I'm going to probably continue on with this. But I also have this idea. In this kit came this, and it's like in sections. And I thought this would make a fun folio that can go inside, and I believe height-wise we're good, and we are. So I think what I'm going to do, finish out this video for today, is I'm going to first of all cut these out, and then let's add them to some of the vintage looking paper that I've used before. So first of all, let me do that. Let me cut all this out, and then I'll be right back. I've done a few things off camera. So one of the things I did is, and I should have done it before I put this frame on, but I managed to go ahead and get some stitching on this. It may not be the best stitching in some of the areas, but that's okay. It adds to the grunge. So I've stitched around here, I've stitched around here, and I've stitched around here. And of course I'll be adding papers in here and more stitching. So it's all going to end up being grungy at the end of the day. So I'm okay with all of that. It's hard for me to do wonky stitching, so when it happens, I'm happy. So I did that. Now, this is the vintage paper that I think I want to use to lay this out. And I don't have anything for the back yet, and I'm not really sure how I'm going to put it into here, into the lap book. So I thought what we'd do is just ink these up and glue these down, and then we'll do some trimming, and then we'll fold it and see how it looks. And I also want to use my splatter stamp on this. There's a lot of light areas here that I would like to add a little bit of grunge to it. Also, I do want to add some stitching to this as well. So whether I get that done today, I don't know. I don't want to keep you guys too long, but I thought we could at least get a start on this. And then next video on Friday, we'll see what I was able to get done off camera, and then we will get moving again on, I think I want to put this like here, so I get this grunge here, but I get also this grunge up here. So then we'll see where I am and the next project to work on. Oh, I waited a little too long on my glue. Okay. So let's get the trusty pin and open it back up. I know I'm supposed to keep it closed, but I get busy and then I forget. Okay, let's try it now. Okay, we're good. So I'm going to add the glue all the way around, making sure I get the ends, and if I missed some of them, we'll catch them at the end. So let's line this up so we have this grungy side and bottom here. Okay, so there's that one. This one is next. And I'm just going to put a little gap in between, just more for folding. Make sure I get this lined up right. That's good. Got this one, and then let's get this one down. Then we'll do some trimming and a little bit more grunging, so we have the grunge where we want it. And about the same distance between. Again, I am just eyeballing it. You can measure if you like. I am just going to eyeball it. Okay, So let's see. Let's get our paper trimmer so we can get a clean cut. It looks like about 1/4 inch. So I'm going to line this up to about 1/4 inch. Get it straight. That looks about right. And then let's take some off the bottom, leaving about 1/4 inch. I wish it had this dark part over some of the other parts of the paper, but can't have it all, I guess. Okay, so that's good. I can still grunge that up. Let me grab my paper here. Close my glue so it doesn't dry out on me again. There we go. All right, let's do some more grunging here. And the bottom. And I want to get some in between. And after we fold it, then we can do some more on there. Okay, and I want to use my sunlighter stamp. Just adds a lot to this, especially in these light areas. Really picks it up nicely. Love it. I love it. Yes. Definitely what's needed on grunge and definitely with steampunk, especially this kit. It's an absolutely gorgeous kit. All right. I'm liking it. Okay. So now let's see. We want to fold this. Now the back is plain, and again, I don't know what I'm doing there yet. So let's just carefully fold this. And let me get my block folder. Crease that. And then let's go. I think we may have to cut off a little bit off the edge. Actually, both edges, I think. Let me do it this way so I can see what I am doing here. Carefully. Make sure you let the glue dry. I'm kind of impatient, so I haven't let it dry completely. Oh, see? Now that is what I'm kind of thinking of, like a pull-out. Okay. So I'm actually okay with the edges because that'll give me something here. I'm actually okay with that. So let's see. I don't know where this is going to end up going. Let's just take a peek. I'm thinking maybe it would be nice after this is covered and then have something that pulls out here. So that's what I'll be thinking about. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. I just wanted to get a start on this and show you the kit I'm using and do a bit of the process. And so now before Friday, I'll probably get more covered and come up with some other ideas. I have one idea that I want to use some plastic coin holders that my sister from Nana's Crafting Cottage sent me. And we'll do this one on camera. And these just open up. And then you can put something inside. So I'm coming up with the idea of what to put in here and create something that will go inside this lap book. Okay, so what did we do? We covered this side, we covered the back, we stitched, and then we put the steampunk bird here on this side, and the boy with a frame around it on this side. Looks like that might be coming out. Let's glue that down while we're thinking of it. This is a Tim Holtz frame, too. And I like it because it's dark. I didn't have to do anything to it to grunge it up at all. And then let's see, we did a lot of stitching. Some of it's messy stitching. So next time we'll probably do some stamping. We'll figure out also what's going to go under here and how we're going to attach this. Meanwhile, I will be stitching around this as well and figure out what's going to go on the back. Okay, so that's it for today. Hopefully you guys will join me again on Friday, and we'll have another part to this lap book, and we'll just keep going until we get it finished, and hopefully you enjoy it. All right, guys, see you next time. God bless you all. Bye.